There's a version of discipline that will change your life, and there's a version of discipline that quietly teaches you to abandon yourself. The difference isn't always obvious because from the outside, they can look exactly the same. You are waking up early, you are exercising, you are working hard, you are meeting your goals, you are eating well, you are building the business, you are productive. Everyone is impressed. But somewhere inside, your body is exhausted, your mind is overwhelmed, and your spirit is whispering, I don't want to do this anymore. And instead of listening, you tell yourself, be disciplined. But what if the problem isn't that you need more discipline? What if you need a deeper relationship with yourself? Because discipline is supposed to help you honor what matters to you. It was never supposed to become a sophisticated way of overriding yourself. I have been thinking about this a lot as an ambitious woman myself. Ambition can be beautiful. Discipline can be beautiful. The desire to be stronger, healthier, more successful, more capable, more accomplished. There is nothing inherently wrong with any of that. The question is, at what point does becoming better require you to become less connected to yourself? And I think this is where the conversation gets nuanced because sometimes self abandonment doesn't look like neglect. Sometimes it looks like achievement. It looks like being the woman who never misses a workout, the woman who always gets the work done, the woman who can function on very little sleep, the woman who keeps pushing because she said she would, the woman who doesn't allow herself to have an off day. And we praise her for her discipline. But perhaps we don't ask enough. How does she feel inside the life she is so disciplined about maintaining? There was a time when I thought discipline meant doing what I had decided to do, regardless of how I felt. If I said I would walk, I walked. If I said I would exercise, I exercised. If I had something to accomplish, I pushed through. And there is certainly value in learning not to be controlled by every passing emotion. Sometimes you don't feel like doing the thing that is good for you. Sometimes you need to get up and do it anyway. But I have also learned that there is a difference between discomfort and disconnection. Discomfort says, this is hard, but I know this matters. While disconnection says, I don't know why I am doing this anymore, but I can't stop. Those are not the same thing. And our culture doesn't always teach us how to tell the difference. We are often taught to distrust our bodies. If you are tired, push through. If you are overwhelmed, organize yourself better. If you are emotionally depleted, become more productive. If your body needs rest, call yourself lazy. If you are unhappy with your appearance, work harder on your body. If your business isn't where you want it to be, work longer. If your life isn't moving fast enough, wake up earlier. Everything becomes a problem to solve. And sometimes the solution we are given is simply do more. But there are moments when the most disciplined thing you can do is stop. Not because you have become lazy, not because you have lost ambition, but because you have finally become honest. I have seen this dynamic in my own life, and I have also observed it over the years working with talented, gifted, and ambitious women. Women who are incredibly capable, women who can carry businesses, careers, families, teams, brands, and dreams, women who know how to perform, women who know how to achieve. But sometimes they have become so good at functioning that they've forgotten how to listen. They know how to ask what needs to be done, but not always what do I need. And those are two very different questions. This is where I think body, mind, and alignment become important, because your body is communicating, your mind is communicating, your emotions are communicating, your spirit is communicating, and alignment requires us to listen to the whole conversation. Maybe your body is telling you that it needs recovery, not another workout. Maybe your mind is telling you that you need simplicity, not another productivity system. Maybe your spirit is telling you that the goal you've been chasing no longer feels meaningful. And perhaps discipline in that moment isn't forcing yourself forward. Perhaps discipline is having the courage to pause and reassess. There's a particular danger in being highly disciplined. You can become extremely efficient at building a life you don't actually want. You can become successful at the wrong thing. You can become fit and exhausted, productive and disconnected, financially successful and emotionally empty, beautiful and deeply uncomfortable in your own body, highly accomplished and completely unfamiliar with yourself. And that is why I no longer think the question should simply be, am I disciplined enough? I think we also need to ask, what am I being disciplined towards? And is this discipline helping me come home to myself? Or is it helping me run away from myself? Again, there's a difference between exercising because you love feeling strong in your body and exercising because you hate the body you currently have. There is a difference between working hard because you are inspired by what you are building and working compulsively because you believe that if you stop, you won't be valuable anymore. There's a difference between improving yourself because you are curious about who you can become and constantly improving yourself because you cannot tolerate who you are right now. That distinction matters. The same behavior can come from completely different places. You can eat well from self respect or from self rejection. You can exercise from embodiment or from punishment. You can build a successful career from purpose or from the desperate need to prove yourself. You can pursue excellence from love or from fear. And externally, nobody may be able to tell the difference, but you can feel it. Your body knows, your nervous system knows, your inner life knows, and perhaps this is why alignment is so important to me. I don't believe the goal is simply to become a more disciplined woman. I think the deeper goal is to become a woman who can hear herself clearly enough to know when to push, when to pause, when to persist, when to change direction, and when to let something go. That is a different kind of strength. It is not the strength of constantly overriding yourself. It is the strength of being able to hold yourself. Sometimes discipline will mean showing up when you don't feel like it, and sometimes discipline will mean honoring the fact that you genuinely need rest. Sometimes it will mean finishing what you started, and sometimes it will mean admitting, I started this from an old version of myself and I don't want to continue. Sometimes discipline is consistency, and sometimes discipline is the courage to interrupt a pattern, because self abandonment doesn't always happen when we give up, it happens when we refuse to stop. So perhaps we need a more compassionate definition of discipline, not the definition of I will force myself to do whatever it takes, but that definition of I will remain committed to what matters without betraying myself in the process. That, to me, is sustainable discipline. It leaves room for ambition without obsession, growth without self rejection, achievement without depletion, structure without rigidity, and success without losing yourself inside it. Because your body is not an obstacle to your goals, Your emotions are not always obstacles to your goals. Rest is not the enemy of ambition, and listening to yourself is not weakness. You don't have to become less ambitious. You don't have to stop growing. You don't have to abandon discipline. Perhaps you simply need to make sure that the woman who is building the life is still allowed to live inside it. So the next time you find yourself saying, I just need to be more disciplined, pause for a moment and ask yourself, more discipline toward what? Is this helping me become more alive, more grounded, more whole, more myself? Or am I using discipline to silence something inside me that desperately wants to be heard? Because there's a kind of discipline that builds you, and there's a kind of discipline that breaks the relationship you have with yourself. And I think the wisdom is learning the difference. You don't have to abandon yourself to become the woman you are capable of becoming. The deepest form of discipline may not be forcing yourself to keep going. It may be learning to walk with yourself, to listen, to adjust, to rest, to recommit, to change direction when necessary, and to keep becoming without leaving yourself behind. And that is the message for today. I hope it lands safely with you. I hope it resonates. If it does, let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you are interested in booking a one-on-one clarity session with me, where we'll discuss your business, your career, your purpose, your image without abandoning yourself, link to book that session with me will be in the description box below. The Sovereign Feminine Collective community is also open. Link to join us will also be in the description box below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, click on the notification button, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay feminine, stay grounded, stay aligned, stay confident, stay abundant, and keep blooming. May you always believe in yourself. I love you all so much, and I am rooting for you. Mwah. Bye.